Yo, what's up guys, it's King Sean here, back with another video, and in today's video, I'll be bringing you guys my Week 17 preview for the Washington Commanders as they will be playing the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, New Year's. I hope you guys have a happy New Year's and happy New Year's Eve. I'll give you guys the injury report, my 3 keys to victory, and as well as a score prediction at the end. So, if you guys are new to my channel, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications, and other than that, let's get straight into the video. Now, starting with the injury report now, I won't spend too much time on the injury report because I know you guys have probably seen it already. But the players who are out are Sadiq Charles. He has a concussion. He hasn't practiced all week and will be out for Sunday. That doesn't really affect us. Antonio Gibson, he has a foot/knee injury. He didn't practice all week either, so he will be out. Now, Antonio Gibson, he is our starting kick returner, but since he's out, it's probably going to be either Dax Milne or maybe someone else, maybe Jared Patterson, Danny Johnson. So yeah, but Antonio Gibson being out really doesn't affect us. Plus, Jonathan Williams has been pretty good so far this season. He'll probably step up, and Brian Robinson, that means more carries for Brian Robinson. And then we also have James Smith-Williams concussion. He hasn't practiced all week, and he will be out for Sunday. Now, this means that Chase Young will be starting across from Montez Sweat. Now, originally, Chase Young, Ron Rivera did say Chase Young would get more snaps, but James Smith-Williams was going to be the starter. But now that James Smith-Williams is out with a concussion, Chase Young will be the starter in his place. So I am excited to see Chase Young getting even more snaps. He looked very good last week against the 49ers. His first game back since he tore that ACL. So I'm excited to see what Chase Young can do. And then Percy Butler, hip injury. He had no injury status on Wednesday, but was limited on Thursday and Friday. He is questionable for Sunday's game, and he's probably gonna play, so and really nothing to worry about him. Christian Holmes, he has an ankle injury, limited all week. He's questionable. Cam Curl, he also has an ankle injury, limited all week, questionable. Obviously, he missed last week's game against the 49ers because of ankle injury, so hopefully he can play. Let's see here. Benjamin St-Juste, his ankle injury, obviously, he was limited on Wednesday, but didn't practice on Thursday or Friday, so he's questionable for Sunday. So that isn't good. That really isn't good. Hopefully Benjamin St-Juste can play, but it's looking like he's not going to play. So it's probably going to be Danny Johnson, or maybe if Christian Holmes plays, they're probably going to step up and place up Benjamin St-Juste. And then John Bostic, he was placed on IR after not practicing for Wednesday and Thursday. He was placed on IR with a pectoral injury. Derek Forrest, he had an illness. He missed Thursday practice, but was for Friday's practice, so he's going to play on Sunday, as well as Chase Young. He was full Thursday and Friday, but he missed Wednesday's practice because of illness. And then Andrew Norwell, shoulder injury. He's going to play Brian Robinson quad. He's going to play with Schweitzer quad. He's going to play, illness, he's going to play. And then Shaka Toney, ankle, he's going to play. So that is our injury report. The Browns injury report, basically everybody is healthy for them. Joel Bitonio, Jack Conklin, Amari Cooper, Jordan Elliott, Demetric Felton. Basically everybody you see on there is going to play. Besides Jadeveon Clowney, probably not. He has a concussion/illness. He was limited Wednesday. He didn't practice Thursday, and he was limited Friday, so he's questionable. So we'll see if he plays or not. So that is the injury report. Now on to my 3 keys to victory. Alright, so my first key to victory is to keep pounding the rock, keep running the ball. And last week, Scott Turner tried to get that going, but it is the 49ers. Their defense is really good. They haven't allowed a running back to get a single, 60-plus yards in a game so far this season. So although Brian Robinson got 22 carries, 58 yards, only 2.6 average per carry, not great, but it's the 49ers run defense. Their run defense is really good. But the Browns' run defense isn't the best. I believe about 2-3 weeks ago when they played the Ravens, they allowed over 120 yards to J.K. Dobbins. So I want to see us run the ball this game. I really do. The Browns' run defense, it's not the best at all. It's really not the greatest. They didn't do a good job stopping Alvin Kamara, J.K. Dobbins, and other running backs so far. They've played up against this season. So, and especially with Antonio Gibson being out, Brian Robinson's workload is going to be a lot more. He's going to get a lot more carries. Even last week at 22 carries. Now, Antonio Gibson did get injured during the game last week, That's why he will be out for Sunday's game. But I'm excited to see this extra workload from Brian Robinson. I think he's gonna get 100+ yards, maybe a touchdown or two. So I'm excited to see what Brian Robinson could do. Not only Brian Robinson, but Jonathan Williams. He's going to be the backup to Brian Robinson, the running back too. And he's looked good so far this season. Even last week, he looked pretty good last week in the 3 carries he had last week. So I'm excited to see what Jonathan Williams can do, Brian Robinson can do. The Commanders actually just elevated Jared Patterson off the practice squad, so he might get a little bit of carries too. So I want us to keep running the ball. Nothing can change. Although we benched Taylor Heineke and Carson Wentz is the starter, I want nothing to change from Scott Turner, because it looks like when Carson Wentz was starting, we were throwing the ball more, but when Taylor Heineke was starting, we were running the ball more. So I just want us to keep running the ball. No matter who's at quarterback, keep running the ball. So that is my first key to victory, and on to the next. Alright, so my second key to victory is for Carson Wentz to utilize his weapons. Now, this is very important. Last week, Terry McLaurin, he had 4 catches, 77 yards, 1 touchdown, a beautiful bomb. That was actually a really good throw by Taylor Heineke, by the way. Last week for 51 yards. I was really good. Jahan Dotson, he balled out last week. 6 catches, 76 yards, 1 touchdown, as well as Curtis Samuel. All our trio of wide receivers, Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, and Curtis Samuel, all got a touchdown. Even when Carson Wentz got in, the touchdown Curtis Samuel got was from Carson Wentz. It was a really good throw by Carson Wentz. And even when Carson Wentz got in, Logan Thomas was getting some targets too. So I want Carson Wentz to utilize all of his weapons. Even Brian Robinson in the passing game, I want him to get the ball to Terry McLaurin more, because when Carson Wentz was the starter for the Commanders, he really wasn't getting the ball to Terry McLaurin much, and more so Jahan Dotson, Logan Thomas, Curtis Samuel. So I want to see Carson Wentz spread out the ball more evenly, and not just to a select few guys like Jahan Dotson and Logan Thomas. Although I still love those guys, I want to see other guys get some targets too. Even Brian Robinson, he's done a pretty good job in the passing game too. He's done pretty good. He was pretty good in the passing game against the Falcons and even the Texans. So I'm liking the way how Brian Robinson is in the passing game, but he's obviously way better in the running game. So that's what I want Carson Wentz to do. Utilize, obviously, all of his weapons, his guys, receivers, running backs, Jonathan Williams, Brian Robinson, Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, his tight ends, Logan Thomas, John Bates. Obviously, Carson Wentz, he loves his tight ends, and hopefully Scott Turner doesn't make Carson Wentz pass the ball 40 times a game, because when he was our starting quarterback through week 1 or week 6, Carson Wentz was passing the ball a whole lot, way too much, 35 to 40 times a game. It was unbelievable. It was, I think, against the Lions, he almost threw the ball 50 times. So that's unreal. Hopefully we can even it out. Hopefully Scott Turner can even it out, where we have a decent amount of runs and decent amount of throws from Carson Wentz. So this is my second key to victory, and now on to the last. Alright, so my last key to victory is to get pressure on Deshaun Watson. Now, if you look at his stats, and I know he just came in, he started playing football again week 13, week 14, but if you look at his stats are awful. 703 yards, 2 touchdowns to 3 interceptions with a 37.3 quarterback rating. That's awful. That is absolutely terrible. And the main reason of that is because, the defenses he's been playing have been getting pressure on him. And really, the Browns haven't been able to score any points. They haven't been able to score at all, really, when Deshaun Watson is quarterback. So if we can force pressure on Deshaun Watson, that will allow him to make bad mistakes, and we can get some turnovers on him. Or, Chase Young, he could get a strip sack on Deshaun Watson, or Montez Sweat, or any one of our D linemen, really. So we got to create turnovers. We got to get pressure on Deshaun Watson so we can make bad mistakes and we can win this game. So I believe we can win this game. We should win this game, because right now the Browns don't have they don't have any reason to play. They're 6-10. They're eliminated from playoff contention. So they really have no reason. They have nothing to play for. And we have something to play for. We could clinch a playoff berth tomorrow, as in Sunday. So if we win. And then, like I said, the Lions, Seahawks, and Lions, Seahawks, and Packers all lose, and we win. So that is my third key to victory. I didn't want to really spend too much time on this. Get pressure on Deshaun Watson and create turnovers. So this is my third key to victory, and now onto my score prediction. Alright, so for my score prediction, I do have the Commanders winning 20-13. I don't think it's going to be a very high scoring game because last week we scored 20 points. We usually score around 20, 23 points. 20 is really the average, so I have a score of 20 points. I think our defense will play pretty good, so they only hold up about like give up about 13 points to the Browns. The Browns really haven't been doing good the past 2 years, especially this year. They haven't been doing good. They haven't been really scoring much points, especially under Deshaun Watson. I think we're going to get a turnover or two. I think Daron Payne is finally going to hit double-digit sacks. He's going to get 10.5 sacks. John Allen, he might get 1 sack. Chase Young could get a sack, actually. Montez Sweat, he'll get a couple pressures, maybe a sack as well. I think we'll have maybe 1 or 2 turnovers as well. Carson Wentz, I think Carson Wentz gonna have a decent day. He's not gonna do much. He probably have maybe 200 yards, maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns, or probably 1 touchdown, maybe a turnover as well. Brian Robinson, he's gonna have a touchdown. I think Brian Robinson's gonna go over 100 yards tomorrow. Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, Curtis Samuel, they're all gonna have good days. Logan Thomas is gonna get some catches too. Jonathan Williams is gonna do a little bit as well, but not much. So that is my score prediction. I think it's gonna be a good day. I think we're gonna win. I don't know if we're gonna clinch a playoff berth, but I do think we will beat the Browns. So comment down below your score prediction in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. Like I said, comment down below your score prediction and who do you think will win, the Commanders or Browns. Have a happy New Year and New Year's Eve. And it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.